I remember when this went down, a guy basically murdered a teenager because the teenager was a Trump supporter. I think the guy just outright said that to the police. He's a political extremist when the guy just supported Trump. That was it. They got into a political argument in the street. The guy went and got in his car and then ran the guy over. 5 years in jail he got for murdering a Trump supporter. A North Dakota man was sentenced to 5 years in prison for running over and killing a teen last year. Bismarck, ND, a North Dakota man was sentenced Friday to 5 years in prison for running over and killing an 18-year-old after a small town street dance last year in a case that drew the attention of Donald Trump after the driver initially claimed the teen was a Republican extremist who threatened him. Shannon Brandt of Glenfield, North Dakota, pleaded guilty in May to manslaughter in connection with Kayla Ellingson's death in September of 2022 in McHenry, North Dakota. Brandt initially claimed he ran Ellingson over after a political argument and that the teen had threatened him and was part of a radical group, according to court documents. Authorities soon afterwards said there was little evidence of a political nature to the case. Well, in regards to the guy who ran over the fucking boy, yeah, it was definitely political for him. He hated him because he was a Trump supporter. The case drew national attention and a social media outcry for its alleged political bent. Trump denounced the supposed political circumstances of Ellingson's death in a rally shortly afterwards. A state district court judge on Friday sentenced Brandt to 5 years in prison with credit for nearly a year served, followed by 3 years supervised probation and a year-long suspension of his driver's license. The charge's maximum penalty is 10 years in prison, a $20,000 fine, or both. However, I think he purposefully ran him over, though. So it wasn't manslaughter, he fucking meant to hit the guy with a car. He was initially charged with criminal vehicular homicide, which was later dropped. He was then charged with murder and later pleaded guilty to manslaughter. Brandt had also been charged with leaving the scene of the fatality, since dismissed in a plea deal. Brandt had been drinking before the argument with Ellingson, whom he struck and knocked down with his SUV after a verbal argument, driving over his torso and legs. According to the prosecutor, Cara Brinster, an autopsy determined Ellingson was on the ground when he was fatally injured, according to an affidavit. Brandt called 911 and told the dispatcher he had hit a man with his vehicle and requested an ambulance, according to the court document. He allegedly left the scene before officers arrived and was later arrested at his home in Glenfield, where officers found him visibly intoxicated, according to the affidavit. Brinster and another prosecutor did not respond to phone messages from the Associated Press for comment on the sentence. Defence attorney Mark Fries told the AP Brandt is relieved to have finally been able to offer his apology and to allow the Ellingson family to move forward. It's been a very difficult year for everyone involved. It got exacerbated by false information, making it into the media, and people using this tragedy to advance their political platforms, Fries said. Suck a dick. The guy outright said to the police that he was arguing with him and the guy was a Trump supporter and the guy was an extremist. What's happened is the guy's probably lost an argument with him, as they very often do, and he's went into his car. He's been drunk, got into his car and he's went, I'll show this fucker. He's ran him over, realised that the wheels went right fucking over him. The guy's panicked, phoned an ambulance, went home and he was drunk, right? And he told the police, yeah, I did it because he's an extremist. He said he was a Trump supporter. That's what the guy said. And he gets 5 years in jail. So basically, murder a Trump supporter, it's 5 years. That's fine. That's fine, I know. We're seeing an awful lot of a two-tier justice system. You're getting people that apparently invaded the Capitol and all this type of shit, getting handed 17-year, 22. A guy got handed a 22-year sentence and he wasn't even there. He wasn't even at January 6th. But then just today, as of filming this, people have all stormed into Pelosi's office. I think it's Pelosi's office, don't quote me on that, but it's in the Capitol as a protest. So are all of them going to be sentenced to 5 odd years? No, they won't, because they're leftists. They're not going to get sentenced. They're going to get away with it. In fact, they're going to be applauded and celebrated. Oh, how wonderful. That's amazing. And stuff like that. But yeah, America has for a long time had a two-tier justice system. They're just now being a lot more obvious about it.